What's up, guys? It's the Anime Chef. So today we'll be cooking with the chef. We will be making bread pudding, some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, and some French toast. We will start with bread pudding, then to the cookies, then the French toast. So I'm doing this because I had a school project, an EOL, as they call it, an exhibition of learning, where I had to show off that I learned something this year. So I chose something that I didn't learn this year, because I'm smarter. And so I decided to do cooking, because that's what I'm good at. So, first we'll start off with the bread pudding. And as you can see, I've already preset most of the ingredients and everything, so you don't have to watch that. We'll start off with a croissant. Well, a few croissants, actually, if you can see. So, you're going to want them 2 to 3 days old, because that'll make it easier for the custard to soak into the croissant when you make the custard for the bread pudding. Now, first what you're going to do with the croissant, and you're going to do this multiple times for each croissant, you're going to want to cut it in half sandwich style, like so. Don't cut yourself. And then you're going to want to take Nutella and you're going to want to spread it. Alright, here we go. Here we go. And it is spread. Okay. Now, then you're going to want to put the original thing back together, so it'll be in half. And now, you have basically a croissant Nutella sandwich. Now you're going to want to cut it in thirds, like so. And now, you're ready to place it in the dish. As you can see, it is mostly already preset. You can see the little hole I set for it. And I shall now place these in there. And sometimes you won't have enough space, sometimes you'll have a lot of space. You just squeeze and spread as much as you need to. Alright, there we go. And as you can see, the hole is filled. Alright, move this aside. Alright, so now that we have this, we are going to create the custard. Now, to create the custard, we will need a multitude of ingredients. First, if you're making one batch, I'm making 2. This is 2 batches worth of stuff. You're going to want 2 eggs per batch, and I will tell you each conversion and how much I'm putting in as I go. So I will crack the eggs and put them in. And your hands will get messy, that's just a part of cooking. Okay. Always clean as you go, because it's a lot easier to clean up stuff as you go rather than clean all at the end and then it's like, and nobody wants that. So first you're going to want to beat the eggs up a little and whisk them. Alright, once they look somewhat beaten together, we are going to put in 1 cup heavy cream. However, I will put in 2 cups heavy cream, but 1 cup is what each batch of custard will call for. Put that in, mix it together. Alright, and there you go. That's how it should look. Now, Afterward, you are going to want to put in vanilla extract. Now, you're going to want to put in about a teaspoon. You want to put in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. One, but I'm doing 2 because I'm doing 2 batches. 2. Okay. Now you're going to want to mix that together. About how it should look. Now you're going to want to put in salt. Now you're going to want half a teaspoon of salt for 2 batches. So you're wanting, in the original 1 batch, you want 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. But I will put it in half because, again, I'm making 2 batches here. There we go. And stir that all together. Okay. Now, after you've put in the salt, you're going to get half a cup of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar. This is a cup because I'm making 2 batches, but you want half a cup for the original. So I just put that in there. Okay. You're going to want to start out a little slow when mixing the confectioner's sugar with the rest of the custard because it might fly everywhere. Once you've mostly covered the custard, the confectioner's sugar in the custard, then you can move a little bit faster. Always alternate sides, that way you can get a good mix in. And always check your work, as they say in school, check your work before you put anything in to an ingredient. Alright, now this is done. Okay, now this part might get a little bit messy and I'm going to have to wash my hands here in a minute because of it. So, first you're going to want to pour the custard over the croissant, the Nutella croissants. And you want to spread it evenly throughout the croissants because then you can get an even flavor. You can whack them a few times if you feel like it. Okay, now, this is where it gets messy. I'll move this to center. Now, you're going to want to push down on the croissants in order for them to soak up all. So I'm just going to push down, as you can see. Oh, that's annoying. Push down and cover the croissants in the custard. Once you feel they're pushed down enough, you can stop. But usually it should ooze custard, cause ooze. Anyway. Then your hands should be all messy, so I'm going to wash my hands real fast. I shall be back in a sec. Okay, now, once you've got that all crushed down, it's ready, you're going to want to get chocolate chips, which I will, give me a second, I need to grab. And we've got chocolate chips. Use semi-sweet. I'm using Hershey's. You can use whatever chocolate chips you feel please you. And do not be conservative with the chocolate chips when spreading around. Put as many as you want. Everywhere. You can see they're going everywhere. Do not be conservative with the chocolate chips. Use a lot of chocolate chips. I mean a lot of chocolate chips. As you can see, I'm still going with chocolate chips. So, when I say a lot, don't say it just because I can. Be very careful with your spreading. Don't put too many chocolate chips in one area. It won't harm the dish, it'll just make it a little too chocolatey in that one area. But do use a fair amount. Okay. About how it should look. As you can see, I used a lot of chocolate chips. Now, I shall put this... Actually, first, I need some non-stick tin foil, or aluminum foil. Measure it to your dish. My brother is supposed to just come home. Okay. And now, it is covered in tin foil, and we can put it in the oven. Alright. Wonderful. Put it on for 30 minutes while the tin foil is on, as you can see I'm doing here. Add more as you feel you need, depending on how brown you want it. After the 30-35 minutes, pull off the tin foil and cook it for another 15 minutes. And I have a already pre-done one right over here, so I should grab it. And that is how it should look when it's done. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, well, next up is the cookies. So, yeah. Okay, so this part is the cookies, so let's get started. First it calls for a stick and a 6/8 or 3/4 a stick of room temperature butter. I've let this sit till it got room temperature. That really is room temperature. Nice. And so that's in there. Another way you can do it is you can whack it enough times that it gets soft. That takes forever. Seems that I have forgotten something, so 1 second. That's okay. This affects nothing. It's just a step that I forgot to do. There we go. Okay. Now, next up we will put the brown sugar in. You want about 3/4 of a cup of firmly packed brown sugar. It'll come out looking kind of like the thing, if you can see that. And then we want a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Okay. Now, next, we shall put a screen up so nothing goes flying, because that would be bad, and then turn it on. You guys can see it. There you go. Alright, so you let that go until it gets creamy. You let that go until it gets creamy. Then you want to add eggs. Yes, you want to add 2 eggs once it gets creamy, which mine is. after the eggs, 2 of them, you do a teaspoon of vanilla. We got our teaspoon measure. We got the vanilla. And now we just put a teaspoon in there. There. After that, we put in the 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So put that in there. Put it in there very slowly, surely. Okay. You wait a little bit for that to get going. And then you're going to want to set up at least vanilla left. Then you're going to want to set up the baking soda. So you want about half a teaspoon of baking soda. So I'll just do 2 halves. Yeah, there's 1 half. There's 2 halves. Alright, that's a teaspoon of baking soda. Then we want a half teaspoon of salt. So I shall put the salt in. Okay, after the salt, we want to put in 3 cups of oats for oatmeal, for the oatmeal part, and oatmeal chocolate chips. Okay, next is the fun part, because this is where we do chocolate. Yeah, chocolate. Okay, I'm going to just open this first. Okay. Now, after that's been mixing for a while, you pour in the semi-sweet chocolate chips. And you let them fly. Okay. Remember, always clean as you go, and after a little while, it's done. Should probably take this off. And that is what it looks like. Okay. Okay. Now, that you got all that done, if you want to, you can keep stirring a little. Alright, so now you're going to create the cookie, so to speak. So you take a part of it. There. Yeah, very simple. You just take it, put it on the sheet, cook it. Try to make them equal sized, so that way they cook at the same amount of time. If you don't, then some might need more cooking than others. That's okay, though. So I will do my best to keep them similar sized. If I fail, again, that's okay. Yeah, this isn't the most exciting part of the process. However, it is a necessary one, and it is very messy, might I add. As you can see, I'm trying my best to keep them about the same size. If they're not, again, so sue me. Make sure they're evenly spaced because they will expand on the sheet. And now I will wash my hand and put this in the oven real fast. Alright, and now I will just... You want to preheat it to 350, by the way, and stick it in the oven for about 8 minutes. Alright, on to the French toast. Alright guys, so next we will be making the French toast. What you will need is eggs, vanilla extract, milk, and bread. So this recipe is a very forgiving recipe. For the most part, you can eyeball it. It should be about 1 egg per piece of bread. So I shall open the bread up. Airtight, guys. Airtight. Alright. So, bread ready. We got our eggs ready. We got our milk ready. We got our vanilla extract ready. Let's get started. Alright, so first we will start with the eggs. Alright, so I will be making 4 pieces of French toast this time, and that will be about 4 eggs, about 1 per piece of toast. You might have a little extra and you might be able to make a 5th, but depends on what size your egg is. Now if you ever accidentally get a shell in it, that's okay. Easily fixable. Just use the bigger shell to get the smaller shell out, because they do in fact like to stick together. I'm having problems with that, but that's okay. Alright, there. Small problem. Yeah, our computer is turning off a little, so sorry. Alright, so first we're going to do this, beat the eggs. You can use a fork or a whisk, it doesn't really matter. I'm using a fork because I think it's a little faster for beating a small amount of eggs. Okay, next what you're going to want to use is the milk. Now, as I said, you can eyeball it. Always check your milk to make sure it's not bad before you put it in anything. It's good. So, as I said, you can eyeball it pretty easily, just like that. You're not going to use too much. Then take your fork or your whisk and whisk it together. It should look kind of white-orangish, like, well, an egg and milk. So, as you can see, I didn't use that much. You can see what color that is. That's about the color it should be. Next, we're going to use the vanilla extract. We will not use too much of this, or else it will taste way vanilla-y. And that doesn't taste good. So just a splash or 2, maybe 3, depending on how big your splash is, and also, of course, how much vanilla you want, and how vanilla you want it to taste. As I said, it's a forgiving recipe, and it is generally cooked to taste. And you generally know about how much you need based on how much you like. So I shall put the milk back in my fridge, which is over here, because milk should always be refrigerated. And do a little cleaning. Always clean as you go, as I say. I'll go with the other eggs and the bread. Shall go here for now. Alright, next we are pulling out the... Next we have this thing. Yes. So I will turn the heat on, because you don't want to burn anything by turning on late. Alright, so you want to start on a high heat at first to kind of get it going, and then as it actually starts to heat up, like it will, For now, I can put my hands on it because it's not that hot right now. By then, you want to turn it down. So I shall be making the French toast. So with the bread, you want to take a piece, put it in the, soak it in the egg mixture. Then, well, you're going to want to cook it, of course. So, you want to use butter to make it a lot easier to cook with. Okay, and that's that for the butter. And now we can start cooking. Now, first you one here, next one here, and of course you'll make a little bit of a mess. It's okay as long as you clean up as you go. I'm gonna have a little extra because I may have put in a little too much milk. That's okay. That's okay. Depending on how much milk you put in, you could make maybe 2 pieces of bread per egg. And that is all of them. And now that is all of them that I will make on video. I will make more, however. So, next, we have this cooking. So, I'm going to leave it here for a little while, and it'll be back. So, now, you still got this going. It's cooking as fast as it's going to cook. Food will cook however fast it's going to cook. We'll put the bread aside for now. You don't need it right now. French toast is very easy to overcook and undercook. However, it is also very easy if you have large amounts of people because you can make a lot at a time, and it's not that slow, actually. So, we have spatula. Now, eventually these will cook over, and they'll be probably golden brown on most of it. That means it's done, and you've cooked it well. If it is black or too brown, well, there's no such thing as too black. If there is black, it means you burnt it, and it is not good. And it won't taste good. I wouldn't serve that. That's just me. So, of course, you always want to clean as you go. There will always be a little extra. I will be making more, not on camera, however, I'll only make 4. So that's why I have so much egg mixture. You can maybe beat that home. Always mix it every so often just to make sure the milk hasn't subsided in the eggs. You get how it is. I have this cool thing that allows me to put a fork with whatever sauce or whatever I have on it and make it not stick to the counter. And my computer is again screwing with me. I'm sorry. Can only do so much. So, while we wait, this one looks like it might be ready. No, it is not ready. Alright. You can always check just by lifting under and, of course, looking. If it doesn't look brown on any part of it, probably means you should keep going. Key fact. Anyway, there isn't much exactly to say about this anymore. However, it'll cook as fast, as I said earlier, it'll cook as fast as it's gonna cook. Because French toast does what it wants. When it wants. Anyway, if you guys were trying all the stuff, that's very good. I hope you liked my other 2 recipes. And this one looks like it might be done, actually. This one right here probably had a little bit more egg than the others. It is not done. Let me check the one I put on first. You always check the one you put on first, usually. because that will usually be the one that is done fastest, because you put it on first. Also check, sometimes you want to check the one that's closest to the middle, because the middle has the most heat. For some reason, it draws the most heat in the middle, and the edges will cook slower. So if you ever, pro tip, if you ever want to cook something slowly but evenly, put it around the edges. If you want to cook fast and good like a French toast, you'd probably put it more towards the center. Usually with a pan this size, you could probably cook 8. I'm making 4 on it. You just have to space it right, however you do that. Anyway, I will probably edit out most of the cooking time. Keep what I've said. So, yeah. Okay, so I have checked these enough times, and it has been, I think, enough time. So I shall start to flip these. Just get under it, flip it. Oh, that's a nice golden brown. I'll show you it once it's completely done, and you will agree that it is nice and golden brown almost. Ooh, that one looks nice too. Makes you hungry, doesn't it? Cool. Everything is fixable. Mistakes are made. Oh, that one looks good too. See how this one turned out? Ah, yeah, there we go. They all look like they turned out quite well. As you can see that, they look pretty golden brown. I'll show you it on a plate after it's completely done cooking. The other half will take a shorter amount of time due to the fact that it will have already been, well, pretty heated. Your second batch should always take faster than your first batch, because first batch should be your heating up stage. And my computer's wonking out on me again. I'm sorry. Anyway, it is almost done. Once it is cooked the first half, you can press down a little if you so please. It'll help it cook a little faster. Doesn't really change the taste all that much. Just make sure to press evenly. And I shall take a plate and check these. Now it is not done. Always check to see how done your food is, because you're going to have one amazing side and then one side. So, yeah. Right, so now we have these. These are ready to be taken off. And if I flip them, they will be not as golden brown as the other side. However, I shall keep 2 on one side on the first flip side, and another showing off the golden brown of the first side. So it will look different. That's just how it's meant to be. Oh. Just remember to, after you're done cooking, turn off the heat. It's very important. And you guys can see that. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Served best with maple syrup. This will be used for my school project, BOL, as said earlier. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And of course, you gotta put your stuff away. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.